How long have you been a Buddhist and why?
I've been a Buddhist since 1991, and uh, before that I had worked for the Lutheran Church and had actually planned to go into seminary. And during that time, I started having real questions about the traditional beliefs in God and started studying Eastern thought. And I found that Buddhist teachings in particular explained my experience of the world much more vividly than the Christian teachings that I had been exposed to up to that point. They also gave me a very practical program for how I could find happiness and peace in my life. And it was because of that that I converted.
Hi, what's your name?
Vanalan. The first thing before you can grasp Buddhism is that the belief or the truth that we all are born, we get old and sick, and we'll die. That's the truth that nobody can deny. And Buddhism is just like the question that you ask into those, based on those truths that none of us are here for permanent. So it leads you to the notion of impermanence, the notion of self, and the notion of pain and suffering. So
What is your greatest benefit from the practice of Theravada Buddhism?
it uh, it gives you that it gives you the hope that with all these trouble you can get out of it, and you are your own salvation. You look at it, you question, you analyze, and there's a way out of it. You don't have to push it so hard to continue the pain and suffering.
Well, thank you.
No problem.
අනුත්තර පුරිස ධම්ම සාරති සත්තා දේව
How long have you been a Buddhist and why?
I've been a Buddhist since, let me see, when I was 14 years old, I started becoming a Buddhist, so that's over 10 years. I became a Buddhist because of I started reading books in the library. I have a very scientific background. I was very interested in astronomy first, and through books reading about astronomy, I came finally to parapsychology and eventually to Buddhism. That's my story.
Okay. How did you learn to meditate? And how often do you practice?
When I was 18, I went to Sri Lanka to learn more about meditation, and I went to a Buddhist forest monastery and practiced meditation for 3 years. That's where I learned meditation, and I try hard to practice regularly. Usually during the week, maybe 1 or 2 times, not more right now.
Okay.
What would be your advice to somebody who's interested in Buddhism but has no experience?
Well, I would say if you think on Buddhism as a way of life, not as a religion, not even as a philosophy, if you want to be a better human being, you could start reading Buddhism or coming to a temple, and that way you will find your own path.
What's the greatest benefit you've experienced from practicing Theravada Buddhism?
Be in contact with my own mind and knowing that my mind could be in contact with the divine. So that's what I'm finding. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much.
And Buddhism does not force anybody to convert, change their religion and convert themselves to Buddhism. Buddhism is just a way of life, just learning in using many ways, like reading and just talking to other Buddhists, getting engaged in community activities. And then today is the day that we are celebrating a ceremony called Katina, Katina. That's a ceremony that's known for presenting the monks with robes and other essentials to the temple. So just taking part in activities like this would be a way of finding out more about the religion.
All right. Thank you very much.